Hey guys, it's Jagus here, and today I wanted to make a video about the Orks, in particular a mechanic about them that isn't very well known. This isn't unusual because it is a very subtle mechanic. No one ever mentions it anywhere. It's briefly mentioned I think in the tutorial, but I thought I'd break it down today. Basically what it is it's called the Orky Mob bonus. In a nutshell, depending on the amount of orcs you have on the field, this will give some minor buffs to your orc squads that give them the edge in some battles. They are small percentage buffs, and I just wanted to go through each one of them, explain how it all works, and maybe you can take something from this video. If you're just playing orcs as you normally would, you know, spamming, massing orc units, then maybe this video could be quite pointless. There is one bonus though that I think is kind of important, which is the morale immunity one. Definitely feel like I need to talk about that, but otherwise these buffs are so small that you probably don't even recognize them. However, as I said, I will still talk about the whole mechanic anyway. Alright, let's get into it. So first things first, there are 6 mob bonuses in total, and to trigger one of these bonuses you need to fulfill its requirements, which are usually having a certain amount of mob value. So what is mob value? Certain models have a mob value, and I'll put this up on the screen. So the War Boss has a mob value of 5, Big Mech 3, Knobs, Knob Leaders, Stormboy Knob Leaders have a value of 2, and finally Slugger Boys, Shooter Boys, Storm Boys, Tank Busters, Flash Kits, Mad Dogs, and Mega Armored Knobs have a mob value of 1. Now you can see kind of the more important the orc model, obviously the more value it's going to have. Let's take a look at this picture as an example of the mob bonus in action. So as you can see in the top squad, we have 6 shooter boys, each with a mob value of 1, plus the Big Mech attached to the squad, which has a mob value of 3, thus making the total mob bonus equal to 9. And for the bottom squad, we have 4 Slugger Boys, each with a mob value of 1, plus the Knob Leader with a value of 2, which will result in the total of that squad's bonus being 6. Now for the mob bonuses. These are increased Morale Regeneration, Morale Immunity, increased Maximum Health, increased Health Regeneration, increased Movement Speed, and finally increased damage. I'm going to break down each one of these mob bonuses individually so that you have a better understanding of how they work. First one is Morale Regeneration. Now, to trigger Morale Regeneration, you need to have 5 mob value in a squad. And once this has been met, the entire squad gets a plus 7% Morale Regeneration for each squad member with the ability. This affects all orc units except for Gretchens. Bonus number 2 is Morale Immunity. To trigger Morale Immunity, you need a mob value of 30 within a radius of 20. You can think of this radius as about the same size as a cultist's attack range. So 2 squads of 15 Slugger Boys could accomplish this. Basically, having 30 basic orc models crowded in this radius could also accomplish this. And so all the orcs within this radius are immune to morale damage. They won't break morale. This affects all orcs except for Gretchens. This one I think is a pretty important one because you can have 2 squads of fully reinforced, say, Knobs, and while they're in close proximity with each other, their morale just won't break. To me, this one felt like the most important out of all the other bonuses because it's the one you'll actually notice the bonus taking effect, but still I'll move on to the other bonuses here. So the next one I want to talk about is the Maximum Health bonus. To achieve this one, you need 5 mob value in a squad, 50 pop, and pile of guns, essentially saying you need to be tier 2, but also have the pile of guns up. Now in this one, the entire squad gains plus 2% health for each squad member with the ability. And the only unit this bonus applies to is the Big Mech. So this bonus only works if you have the Big Mick in the squad. Moving on to Health Regeneration. To get this one, as usual, you need 5 mob value in a squad. Each valid unit type in the squad gets a plus 12% health regeneration. According to the Warhammer guide, this ability is bugged and does not spread throughout the squad, limiting it to 12% max and preventing it from affecting units that do not generate the effect themselves. I don't quite understand this, but if I were to explain it, unlike the Morale Regeneration where that kind of has that exponential increase, this one just stays at 12% no matter how big the squad is. That's my interpretation. I'm not entirely sure, but that seems to make the most sense to me. This bonus only affects Slugger Boys and the Big Mick. Now on to movement speed. So for this one, you need 5 mob value in a squad, 50 population, and a pile of guns. Now, the entire squad will get a 1.5% speed increase for each squad member with the ability. This ability affects Slugger Boys, Knob Leaders, Stormboy, Knob Leaders, Flash Kits, and the Big Mick. So I just wanted to quickly point out, like with the Morale Regeneration bonus, this bonus will also increase exponentially for every squad member with this ability. Moving on to damage. For this one, you'll need 5 mob value in the squad, 50 population, and a pile of guns. The entire squad will deal 2% more damage for each squad member with the ability. This bonus affects all Orks except Gretchens, Shooter Boys, and Knobs. So it is important to note that these bonuses don't apply to every single squad. As I have said, there are only specific squads it will affect. In fact, here is a table outlining all the possible Ork units and which ones are affected or have the bonus applied to them. So that's all for the Orky Mob bonus, guys. I hope this video helped you in some way and opened your eyes a little bit to the wonderful world of Orks. If you guys still have any questions, please leave a comment below. I reply to all the comments that I can. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.